How to Connect with Other Souls to Arrange Seeing Them Physically by David Russo. A spiritual guide to business, love, friendships, and meaningful connections. The invisible meetings already happening. Have you ever connected with someone you had never met before and felt that there was a deeper reason your paths crossed? Perhaps they became a customer, a business partner, a mentor, a close friend, or someone who changed your life in an unexpected way. Have you ever wondered if that meeting was more than a coincidence, that in some way you were meant to meet for that particular exchange or opportunity? Introduction: the bridge between inner and outer reality. Have you ever thought about someone you hadn't seen in years, only to receive a message from them the very same day? What if many of our most important encounters begin long before they happen in the physical world? Across spiritual traditions, psychology, and even modern research into intuition and synchronicity, there is a recurring idea. Meaningful connection may begin in consciousness before it appears in everyday life. Perhaps every significant meeting begins with two separate journeys, as each person unknowingly prepares for the moment their paths finally cross. This audiobook is not about forcing anyone's free will or guaranteeing that a particular person will appear in your life. Instead, it explores whether you can intentionally prepare yourself for meaningful encounters by aligning your thoughts, character, actions, and purpose. While you are growing into the person you hope to become, someone else may also be growing, learning, healing, and moving through life in ways that eventually bring your paths together. Whether you're seeking business partners, customers, romantic relationships, friendships, mentors, or an audience for your creative work, you'll discover how your inner life and your outward actions can help create the conditions where extraordinary meetings become far more likely. The goal isn't to control who enters your life, but to become the kind of person others are grateful to find when the moment finally arrives. Chapter 1. Why some people feel destined to meet. Throughout history, people have described encounters that felt far too meaningful to be explained as simple chance. Ancient cultures often believed that certain souls traveled through life connected by invisible threads, meeting again and again under different circumstances. Whether these stories were understood through the lens of destiny, divine guidance, or karma, they all pointed toward a fascinating idea. Some relationships seem to carry a significance that reaches beyond the moment they begin. Even today, many people can recall meeting someone who immediately felt familiar, despite never having met them before. Modern psychology offers its own perspective. Human beings constantly recognize patterns, store emotional memories, and make rapid, subconscious judgments about people within seconds of meeting them. Sometimes that instant feeling of comfort or trust may arise because someone reminds us of positive experiences we've had before. Other times, shared values, similar life experiences, or matching personalities create an immediate sense of connection. Spiritual traditions might describe this as souls recognizing one another, while psychology explains it through subconscious processing. Although these explanations differ, they both acknowledge that our deepest connections often begin before we consciously understand why. Whether you view these experiences as spiritual synchronicities or remarkable coincidences, one truth remains consistent. Certain encounters change the direction of our lives forever. A future business partner, lifelong friend, mentor, spouse, or creative collaborator may begin as an ordinary conversation on an ordinary day. Because we never know which meeting will become life-changing, every interaction deserves our full attention, kindness, and presence. The next person you meet may not simply enter your life. They may help reveal the next version of who you are. Chapter 2. Becoming the person other souls can find. Before we ask how to find the right people, it helps to ask a different question. Are we becoming the kind of person they are looking for? We often imagine meaningful relationships as something we discover, but they are also something we attract through our character, habits, and values. A trustworthy business partner seeks someone who is dependable. A loyal friend looks for sincerity. A healthy romantic relationship is built between two people who are each growing into their best selves. In many ways, identity becomes an invitation that quietly reaches people long before we ever meet them. Living authentically is one of the strongest signals we can send into the world. When we pretend to be someone we're not, in order to gain approval, we may attract relationships that are built on a false foundation. Authenticity doesn't mean being perfect or sharing every thought with everyone. It means allowing your actions to consistently reflect your deepest values. People are naturally drawn to those who demonstrate integrity, humility, curiosity, and genuine care because these qualities create emotional safety. Whether viewed spiritually or psychologically, authenticity allows others to recognize who you truly are. Personal growth acts like a beacon. Every skill you develop, every fear you overcome, and every act of kindness you practice increases your ability to connect with others in meaningful ways. Growth expands not only what you can offer, but also the environments you enter and the conversations you are able to have. As your confidence and wisdom grow, so does the likelihood of meeting people whose goals and values align with your own. Rather than waiting for the perfect connection to appear, become the person who naturally creates the conditions for extraordinary relationships to form. Chapter 3. Sending clear intentions without attachment. Every meaningful journey begins with intention. If you don't know what kind of relationships you're hoping to build, it's difficult to recognize them when they appear. Many people say they want to meet the right people, but the goal is too vague to guide their decisions. Instead, ask yourself more specific questions. Are you looking for a business mentor who shares your values, a romantic partner who encourages your growth, friends who inspire you to become better? The clearer your vision becomes, the easier it is to notice opportunities that align with it. Intention provides direction, much like entering a destination into a navigation system before beginning the drive. At the same time, there is an important difference between desire and desperation. Desire is hopeful and open. It motivates action while remaining patient with the process. Desperation, however, often creates anxiety, fear, and the urge to force outcomes that cannot be controlled. When we become attached to one specific person or one particular path, we may overlook many other opportunities that could be just as meaningful or even better. Healthy intention focuses on the qualities we seek rather than insisting that they arrive through only one individual or circumstance. Trusting the process doesn't mean sitting back and hoping everything works out on its own. It means taking consistent action while accepting that the timing and path may unfold differently than expected. Many successful businesses, lifelong friendships, and lasting relationships begin through surprising chains of events that no one could have planned. By holding your intentions clearly while remaining flexible about how they are fulfilled, You allow room for both wisdom and opportunity to work together. Sometimes the soul connection you've been searching for arrives through a door you've never thought to open. Chapter 4. Raising your probability through action. If there is any truth to the idea that souls can become connected before two people ever meet face to face, then one important question naturally follows. How do those invisible connections become physical meetings? Perhaps the answer lies in two separate journeys gradually becoming one. While you are preparing to meet someone through your thoughts, choices, and actions, they may also be preparing to meet you through their own. You cannot choose another person's path, but you can choose your own. Inner intention may begin the process, but outward action creates the opportunities where two lives can finally intersect. A future business partner cannot shake your hand if you never enter the room. A future customer cannot discover your work if you never share it. A future friend cannot begin a conversation that never has the chance to happen. Whatever may be occurring beneath the surface, physical meetings still require physical movement. This is why people who seem to experience extraordinary luck are often the ones creating extraordinary opportunities. They attend conferences, volunteer in their communities, introduce themselves to strangers, publish their ideas, join organizations, and remain curious about the people around them. Every place they visit and every conversation they begin increases the possibility that an unseen connection will become a visible relationship. Perhaps, somewhere at the same moment, another person is making decisions that are bringing them closer to the very same meaning. From a practical perspective, this is simply increasing the probability of meaningful encounters. From a spiritual perspective, it may be two separate journeys gradually aligning until the right place and the right time finally become one. Think of your life as building bridges instead of waiting for doors to open. Every act of kindness, every skill you develop, every invitation you accept, and every step outside your comfort zone extends another bridge into the world. Some bridges may never be crossed, but others will lead directly to the people you have been hoping to meet. Whether you believe those meetings were guided by divine timing, shaped by countless small decisions, or influenced by both, one principle remains constant. Meaningful physical meetings happen when preparation meets opportunity. Your soul may prepare your heart and mind, but your actions prepare the place where two journeys can finally become one. Chapter 5. The Energy of Generosity. One of the fastest ways to build meaningful relationships is to shift your focus from what can I get to what can I give. Generosity has a remarkable way of opening doors because it creates trust before any transaction takes place. This doesn't mean giving away everything you have or allowing yourself to be taken advantage of. Instead, it means looking for genuine ways to add value to the lives of others. A helpful introduction, a thoughtful piece of advice, an encouraging word, or a willingness to listen can become the beginning of a relationship that lasts for years. People naturally remember those who made their lives a little better without immediately expecting something in return. Psychology supports this principle through the idea of reciprocity. When someone experiences authentic kindness, they are often inspired to respond with kindness of their own. Strong communities, successful businesses, and lasting friendships are built on this cycle of mutual support. Spiritually, many traditions teach a similar lesson. What we consistently send into the world has a way of returning to us, though not always from the same person who we helped. Generosity creates ripples. A single act of kindness may travel through several people before eventually leading an unexpected opportunity back to you. The key is to give freely without keeping score. When generosity becomes a strategy solely for personal gain, people often sense the hidden agenda, and trust begins to fade. But when giving becomes part of your character, your reputation quietly grows even when you are not present. Others begin recommending you, introducing you to new opportunities, and speaking positively about your work because they know your intentions are sincere. Whether you're seeking business partners, lifelong friends, loyal subscribers, or a future spouse, generosity helps create the kind of person others are genuinely excited to know. Chapter 6: Business Souls, Finding Clients, Partners, and Mentors. Business is often described as a world of numbers, contracts, and competition, but beneath every transaction is a relationship between people. Long before someone becomes your customer, business partner, investor, or mentor, they first decide whether they trust you. That trust is built through countless small interactions. Keeping your word, communicating honestly, showing genuine interest in solving problems, and treating people with respect regardless of what they can offer. In this sense, business relationships are not merely professional connections. They are human connections that grow stronger over time. The most successful entrepreneurs understand that value comes before visibility. Rather than asking, "How can I sell more?" they ask, "How can I help more?" When your products, services, or content consistently improve people's lives, your reputation begins to spread naturally. Clients recommend you because they believe in your work. Partners seek you out because they know you are dependable. Mentors invest their time because they recognize your willingness to learn. Every act of excellence becomes a silent introduction to someone you have not yet met. In many cases, the opportunities that seem to arrive unexpectedly are actually the result of seeds planted months or even years earlier. If you view businesses through a spiritual lens, every professional relationship becomes an opportunity to serve rather than simply succeed. Your work becomes more than a way to earn income. It becomes a way to contribute to the lives of others. This perspective changes how you network, negotiate, and lead. Instead of chasing every opportunity, you begin attracting relationships built on shared values, mutual respect, and long-term vision. The clients who appreciate your integrity, the partners who strengthen your mission, and the mentors who recognize your potential are often looking for someone exactly like the person you are becoming. Chapter 7: Romantic Souls, Preparing for the Right Relationship. Many people spend years searching for the right partner without realizing that preparation is just as important as pursuit. A healthy relationship is rarely built by two people who expect the other person to heal every wound or solve every insecurity. Instead, lasting love often grows between individuals who have taken responsibility for their own emotional well-being. This doesn't mean becoming perfect before entering a relationship. No one is, but it does mean becoming self-aware enough to recognize unhealthy patterns, communicate honestly, and choose love over fear. The stronger your relationship with yourself becomes, the stronger your future relationship with another person can be. Healing emotional baggage is one of the most important parts of this preparation. Past disappointments, broken trust, rejection, or unresolved pain can quietly influence the way we see every new relationship. Without realizing it, we may build emotional walls that keep out not only future hurt, but also future love. Taking time to forgive, grow, and learn from the past experiences doesn't erase what happened, but it prevents yesterday's pain from controlling tomorrow's possibilities. A heart that has healed is better able to recognize genuine kindness instead of confusing familiarity with compatibility. Timing matters just as much as chemistry. Two wonderful people may meet at the wrong stage of life and never build the relationship they otherwise could have enjoyed. Likewise, someone who once seemed like the wrong person may appear very different after both individuals have matured through life's experiences. Rather than trying to force love into existence, focus on becoming emotionally available, spiritually grounded, and open to healthy connection. When attraction is supported by shared values, mutual respect, and good timing, a relationship has a much stronger foundation on which to grow. While no one can guarantee when love will arrive, you can ensure that when it does, you are prepared to receive it. Chapter 8. Finding Your True Community. No one is meant to journey through life completely alone. While moments of solitude can help us grow, we all need a community where we feel understood, encouraged, and challenged to become our best selves. True community is more than simply being surrounded by people. It is finding individuals who share similar values, celebrate your successes without jealousy, and support you through difficulties without judgment. These are the relationships that remind you that you belong, even when life becomes uncertain. One of the best ways to find your community is to place yourself where your values naturally come alive. If you are passionate about serving others, volunteer. If you enjoy learning, attend workshops, classes, or discussion groups. If you create art, music, books, or videos, connect with others who share that creative passion. Shared interests may introduce people to one another, but shared values are what keep those relationships growing. Communities built on honesty, generosity, curiosity, and mutual respect tend to endure long after the excitement of a first meeting has faded. Creating lifelong connections also requires becoming the kind of friend you hope to find. Reach out first. Remember birthdays. Celebrate other people's victories. Be willing to listen without immediately offering solutions. Show up when someone needs encouragement, not only when it's convenient. Strong communities are built one thoughtful interaction at a time. As trust deepens, acquaintances become friends, friends become trusted companions, and those companions often introduce you to even more people whose paths naturally align with your own. In this way, every genuine friendship becomes a bridge to a wider network of meaningful soul connections. Chapter 9. Connecting with future subscribers and followers. Every creator hopes to reach an audience, but the strongest audiences are not built by chasing numbers alone. Behind every subscriber, follower, listener, or viewer is a real person searching for something meaningful. Some are looking for knowledge, others seek encouragement, inspiration, or simply the feeling that someone understands what they have been experiencing. When you focus only on views and statistics, it's easy to forget the human beings behind the screen. But when you create with the intention of serving people, your work begins to carry a depth that audience can genuinely feel. Authenticity is one of the greatest strengths a creator can possess. People are surrounded by polished marketing, carefully edited images, and endless attempts to gain attention. What often stands out is honesty. Share what you have truly learned. Admit what you are still discovering, and speak in a way that reflects your genuine beliefs rather than chasing every trend. Authentic creators build trust over time because their audiences knows what to expect. They are not trying to become someone else. They are becoming more fully themselves. That consistency creates a connection that extends far beyond a single video or post. This is David Russo. Right now, I want to share something that is on the top of my mind, something that I have felt really passionate about. I began these audiobooks because I wanted to share information, knowledge, and fun, and have a lot of entertainment in my life and get a really strong community that wants to rise together with me. Building a loyal community takes patience. Some of the world's most respected creators spent years speaking to small audiences before their message reached larger ones. Every video, article, podcast, or conversation becomes another opportunity to help someone you may never meet in person. In many cases, those invisible connections eventually become physical ones through live events, business opportunities, collaborations, or chance encounters. If your work consistently adds value and reflects your character, the people who resonate with your message will continue to find you. Over time, your audience becomes more than a collection of subscribers. It becomes a community of people connected by a shared purpose and a shared journey. Chapter 10: The Language of Synchronicity. As you become more intentional about the relationships you want to build, you may begin noticing patterns that once escaped your attention. You think about someone just before they call. You repeatedly hear the same piece of advice from different people. An unexpected invitation leads to a conversation that changes the direction of your career or your personal life. These moments are often described as synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that seem connected by more than random chance. Whether they arise from spiritual guidance, the remarkable pattern recognition abilities of the human mind, or a combination of both, they invite us to pay closer attention to the opportunities unfolding around us. The challenge is learning when to act. Not every coincidence carries profound meaning, yet some moments deserve our response. A helpful question to ask is whether the opportunity aligns with your values, your goals, and the kind of person you are striving to become. If it encourages growth, integrity, generosity, and wisdom, it may be worth exploring. Synchronicity should not replace thoughtful decision-making. Instead, it can serve as an invitation to investigate possibilities with an open mind. Often, the greatest opportunities begin with nothing more dramatic than a conversation you almost didn't have. At the same time, remaining open-minded does not require becoming superstitious. It's easy to assign significance to every number, dream, or coincidence, but wisdom calls for balance. Healthy discernment allows us to appreciate life's mysteries without abandoning reason. Spiritual openness and critical thinking can work together rather than compete with one another. By staying grounded while remaining receptive, you become better equipped to recognize genuine opportunities without forcing meaning where none exists. In that balance, you create space for both insight and wisdom to guide the connections that shape your life. Chapter 11: Obstacles that block soul connections. Sometimes the greatest barrier to meaningful relationships is not the absence of opportunity, but the presence of fear. Fear of rejection can keep us from introducing ourselves. Fear of failure can prevent us from starting the business that would have connected us with future clients and partners. Fear of vulnerability can stop us from forming deep friendships or opening our hearts to love. These fears often disguise themselves as caution, convincing us that staying where we are is safer than taking a chance. Yet, every meaningful relationship requires the courage to be seen as we truly are. Limiting beliefs can be just as powerful as fear. Thoughts such as, I'm not interesting enough. Successful people would never want to know me. Or, it's too late for me to build new relationships. Quietly shape our decisions. When we believe these stories, we stop reaching out, avoid opportunities, and unknowingly create the very isolation we fear. Psychology refers to this as a self-fulfilling prophecy. While many spiritual traditions teach that our inner beliefs influence the way we experience the outer world, changing these beliefs doesn't happen overnight, but every positive action weakens the old narrative and strengthens a healthier one. Finally, some obstacles are hidden in everyday habits. Constant distraction, poor listening, negativity, dishonesty, and an unwillingness to grow can slowly push people away without us realizing it. On the other hand, simple habits such as keeping your promises, expressing gratitude, being fully present during conversations, and treating others with genuine respect naturally draw people closer. The relationships you hope to build are shaped less by occasional grand gestures than by small choices you make every day. Remove the habits that create distance, strengthen the habits that build trust, and you'll discover that meaningful connections become far easier to form. Chapter 12. Living so connected that opportunities find you. After exploring the principles in this audiobook, one truth becomes clear. Meaningful relationships are rarely created by a single moment. They are built through countless choices that shape who you become over time. Every morning offers a new opportunity to prepare, not only for the goals you hope to achieve, but for the people whose paths may one day cross your own. While you are developing your character, improving your skills, strengthening your faith, or refining your purpose, someone else may be doing exactly the same. Though you may not know each other's names, your separate journeys may already be moving toward a future meeting. Living this way changes how you see every day. Presence becomes more important than distraction because every conversation could lead to another. Gratitude replaces scarcity because you recognize that opportunities are often hidden inside ordinary moments. Consistency becomes a daily practice because trust is built one promise at a time. Whether you hope to meet a future customer, business partner, mentor, lifelong friend, romantic partner, or loyal audience, your responsibility is not to force the meeting, but to prepare yourself for it. The more faithfully you develop your mind, character, and actions, the more places life gives your path to intersect with the paths of others. Eventually, you may reach a point where opportunities seem to find you. A customer walks through the door looking for someone they can trust. A future collaborator discovers your work at exactly the right time. A friendship begins with an ordinary conversation. A subscriber finds the message they didn't know they needed. While these moments may appear to be luck, they often reflect years of unseen preparation on both sides. Whether you describe that as divine timing, synchronicity, the power of human connection, or simply preparation meeting opportunity, the principle remains the same. Your soul may prepare you inwardly, your actions prepare you outwardly, and when two prepared lives finally intersect, an invisible connection becomes a physical meeting. Conclusion. Every great meeting begins before the handshake. As we reach the end of this journey, It's worth remembering that every meaningful relationship begins long before two people shake hands, exchange names, or share their first conversation. Long before the visible meeting, there are invisible influences at work. Our character, our habits, our choices, our openness, and the countless decisions that shape the paths we walk each day. Whether you interpret these influences through spirituality, psychology, or simple human behavior, they all point toward the same encouraging truth. The person you are becoming has a profound effect on the people you are likely to meet. No one can guarantee that a specific client, mentor, business partner, friend, romantic partner, or audience member will enter your life on a particular day. Every person possesses their own free will, their own journey, and their own decisions to make. Yet, you have tremendous influence over something equally important, the kind of environment you create around yourself. By living authentically, acting generously, continuing to grow, remaining present, and stepping into places where meaningful relationships can form, you greatly increase the likelihood that extraordinary encounters will occur. What some call luck is often the meeting point between preparation and opportunity. Perhaps the most hopeful realization is that the souls you are searching for may also be searching for someone like you. Somewhere, a future friend is hoping to meet someone trustworthy. A future customer is looking for the solution you can provide. A future mentor is waiting for someone eager to learn. A future partner is hoping to meet someone emotionally healthy and genuine. Your task is not to control when these meetings happen, but to become the person they will be grateful to find. Keep growing, keep serving, keep showing up, and trust that every step you take today may be preparing the handshake, the conversation, or the relationship that changes your life tomorrow.